want to start with something basic. It's been a year now since you were selected as the House Minority Leader. I want to start with what did you learn from this past legislative session that you want to carry into 2025?
I think for me, engaging my caucus on a deeper level as we're making some of these decisions around strategy has been really effective in not just unifying our caucus, but being able to get a consistent and unified message out. And so I'm really excited about this new caucus. Almost half of my members are new to the legislature, but I'm really excited about the expertise that they bring in and continuing that unifying voice.
What are the challenges with all the new faces?
It's not really of a challenge as much as it is helping them navigate the legislative world. It's very different from their prior experiences. I know even I struggled a bit with the transition from even another elected position into the legislature. And so I think just navigating this new world is going to be something that we want to make sure they have the support to do. But they're excited about their ideas and getting engaged. So I think it's going to be a great caucus.
Less than 24 hours away from the start of the session. I'm sure you've been asked this question for months now, but what are the top priorities for Republicans outside of the budget?
I think our top priorities really focus on the conversations we had at the door, at people's doors during the election cycle. I was privileged enough as minority leader to be able to travel the state and knock doors all across the state. And I think affordability is, and we're seeing that at a state level, affordability is really the top concern. Whether it's seniors who live on fixed incomes, trying to make sure they can make ends meet, and hardworking families who just want to make sure they can raise their kids in Colorado, neither want to move out of the state, but yet are really struggling with affordability. And so the legislation we're going to be pushing forward and hopefully can find some bipartisan support is around increasing affordability, rolling back regulations that are harming families, and then hopefully decreasing some fees as well that they'll actually feel in their pocketbooks.
Senate Democrats and House Democrats, the Senate, they held a news conference today. I heard the word affordability a lot. Same thing when it comes to cost of living for the House Democrats. Your visions, how do they differ? How are they the same?
I think, we're still continuing those conversations. Obviously, at the very beginning of session, before bills are introduced, it's a little bit hard to have the conversations as to the nuts and bolts as to what their ideas are. But I think really they heard the same conversations at the doors that we did. People are really struggling to make ends meet here in Colorado, and they want to be able to support their families or continue to live here as seniors. And so I think those are conversations that I'm really excited to have, and I believe they will be bipartisan.
We got to talk about, of course, budget. It's a balancing act. We're talking cost of living, affordability, and then the shortfall. Most recent estimates back in December, the Joint Budget Committee saying that, hey, there's a little bit of good news here, but still a big hole that needs to be not filled. I should say we need to we need to empty this. When it comes to the budget, what is glaring to you that needs to be saved and needs to be cut?
Our priorities, I focus a lot around public education and making sure that public education is fully funded. As your listeners might be aware, there was a lot of work done through the legislature last session to be able to fund public education, which we have a constitutional requirement as legislators to do. And public education includes charter schools for those people who are listening. And so I think making sure that we have the funding that we need in order to provide public education funding is going to be really important. And then as far as, to me at least, after COVID or during COVID, there was a lot of federal one-time money that had come into the state, which kind of artificially inflates the budget. And so when you create new programs or add new employees based on one-time funds, it is incredibly difficult to sustain that. And I think while that is not the complete picture, it is part of the picture that we're seeing with these budget deficits. I mean, we're talking about $1.3 billion budget deficit potentially. And so I think it's a great opportunity. You know, the budget is the legislature's biggest priority document. And I think where we spend our taxpayer dollars and how we spend it is going to be really important. And I look forward to those bipartisan conversations.
Of course, you were a prime sponsor of a major bill that was passed, support and demand career workforce this past session. Any bills similar to that that you're bringing forward that can cut the red tape when it comes to higher education?
I think there's still a lot of conversations about how we can continuously improve higher education and cutting that red tape. I think there's a lot of different areas where regulation is really holding us back as a state. And I think those are the conversations in a bill that potentially I'll be bringing forward around regulations or decreasing regulations.
A big focus for our viewers, myself, anyone covering the legislative session, is the direct impact. We're seeing the numbers, we're aware of it, things got to be cut. But what's your message to people who have kids in school in Colorado Springs, El Paso County, Colorado? How are they going to feel this?
I think if we prioritize education and the things that are important, especially healthcare needs of those that are the most vulnerable in our communities, and I think the Joint Budget Committee will do a really good job of focusing on making sure we're helping children and families and protecting those in our communities. I think there's still a lot of work to be done on budget. So I would say just hold tight. I think, the Joint Budget Committee will be able to come up with a balanced budget because we're required to do that by the state constitution that we have hopefully the least amount of impact on the services provided to the people.
Sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, and I believe this is off the top of my head, just something that came in the interview. Democrats no longer have the supermajority in the House. What does that mean for the Republican Party?
I think for us, it's a real tribute to our grassroots volunteers who work so hard with our candidates to get elected. I think that we're moving towards restoring balance. I think that's really what Coloradans are looking for. They're looking for pragmatic solutions. How can we move forward as a state? How can we afford to raise our families and live here? And so I think that, gaining 3 seats brings back a little bit more balance. But we still have a lot of work to do as a party to make sure we get our message out.
Anything in particular in your area, Southern Colorado, Colorado Springs, El Paso County, that you want viewers to be aware of in this upcoming session? Or is there anything you want to hear from your constituents that maybe hasn't been publicized?
Well, I always love to hear from my constituents about their needs. I feel very confident that, being able to go to door in my own community really helped educate me on where the needs are. I know charter schools are incredibly important in protecting charter schools. And so while I'm no longer on the House Education Committee as the minority leader, I think it is still, education is still a passion for myself and very important to the constituents in my district. And so that'll definitely be something that we'll be looking for. Any legislation that harms charter schools or charter school authority will be something that I will personally be fighting against.
Talking about committees, your statutory revision. Any state statutes that you're looking at right now that you know is going to be changed, but you're not too sure what it's going to look like, but it's an immediate need?
There's a couple of pieces of legislation that I've heard about that needs to be fixed for implementation. I'm not on those bills and I'm no longer on statutory revision committee, but I do think that there'll be some of the first bills that are introduced and move forward very quickly through the legislative process will be a lot of cleanup bills.
What committees are you on right now, just so I can clear that up?
So as the minority leader, I no longer serve on committees. Because of kind of the unconventional way I took on minority leader, I kept my committees last session. But
Yeah.
now with the increase in numbers, which I'm very pleased about, we can help manage that workload a little bit differently.
I was unaware of that. I apologize. I learned something today.
Oh,
I've covered,
absolutely.
legislative sessions in other states plenty, and I did not know that. So, but I could go on and on with questions. Is there anything I didn't touch on that you want our viewers to know about with this upcoming session?
I just want to say, I think it's so important that people get engaged in the legislative process, finding an issue that's important to you. Obviously, my constituents can reach out anytime with questions about bills, but we really want people to show up and testify or send in letters in support or opposition to bills. Come on Zoom if you can and testify at the legislature. I think it is so important as legislators that we hear from our constituents and that other legislators hear about the challenges and opportunities in our different districts.
And that actually brings me to a topic that I know you wanted to talk about, First Amendment. When it comes to, it sounds like you've been having a lot of hurdles in your role as a lawmaker and other lawmakers Republicans have